Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games. Today we are going to be back in the New Mexico Tier 5 American battleship in the tech tree. Now I'm not sure if a lot of you guys remember this ship. A lot of people seem to just forgot about it, and I don't blame you. I mean, we've got a lot of better Tier 5s out there, such as Warships, such as Queen Elizabeth. Such as even ships like the Arizona, California. We've got a lot of options at Tier 5, and I feel like the New Mexico was just kind of forgotten. But I don't know if you guys are aware, this thing actually did recently get a dispersion or accuracy buff, and I decided to take this thing out for a spin. Now, a little bit of a story here. When I first started out in Legends, I was a big American battleship player. I mean, most people were. If you're from the United States, a lot of you guys probably were starting with the American battleships or something like that, right? Or the German ships. I don't know, right? Who knows? But for me, anyway, for me, I started playing American battleships, and this battleship right here was like my favorite battleship for a long time because it was like the only ship I had. And I just fell in love with this thing. And yeah, the reason why I fell in love with it was because of shit like that. Right off the bat, we absolutely nuke that Ramot for 16,000 damage with a Citadel. Just one Citadel. Now, let's be real. It's a Ramot, so it gets absolutely destroyed. And yeah, speaking of getting absolutely destroyed, the friendly New Mexico right next to us did manage to finish him off, and that's him down. Now, we got our guns reloaded, and we're going to be able to fire all these off again, but in case you guys are not aware, I'm going to go over the New Mexico a little bit and what this thing has at its disposal. Like most of the American battleships, at least the standard battleships, it's very slow. That's one of the main downsides, and I know a lot of people don't really like that about the American battleships, but don't worry. You've got firepower to make up for the slow speed. And yeah, and what I mean by that is you have a big broadside of 12 14-inch 356 millimeter American shells. It's disgusting. The amount of damage that this thing can potentially dish out, like on this enemy Leander at 17.5 kilometers, is disgusting. And once again, we just absolutely nuke a cruiser. We didn't actually dev strike him. That's like the second time. We should have dev struck a cruiser, but the game was like, no, we're going to leave him alive just a little bit longer so he can get yoinked later down the line. But yeah, I mean, nonetheless, I mean, some awesome results so far with the New Mexico. We are just absolutely punishing these cruisers, showing them who is the boss here, and showing them what happens when they get caught, really. And when I'm telling you guys right now, when battleships work, like when they actually work, they are like one of the funnest classes in the game. Okay, I think battleships are easily my favorite. When they freaking work. Like that, for example. We just smacked the Bayern around for like 10,000, 12,000 damage. I mean, we're just doing things, man. When the New Mexico works, it just works. There's nothing else to really say there. Now, like I said, we've got 12 14-inch guns. And we also have a decent secondary armament, but really you should not be depending on your secondaries at all in this thing. You don't have very good secondaries. You're not German or anything, or you're not Italian, so don't depend on them too much. Now, this thing actually does have okay AA. It's nothing like California, obviously, but it's still there, and it can do some things. It's just not that good, and you're really not going to notice anything crazy with the AA. And the armor's not too bad either. This thing has pretty decent belt armor. It's kind of following the all-or-nothing armor scheme here. It's got a little bit weaker bow and stern armor, about 25, 26 millimeters, so you can ricochet up to 14-inch guns if they hit you directly in the bow, but what you have to worry about is obviously people aiming under your bow side plating, getting shots under your guns. You got to worry about ships with overmatch, such as 15-inch gun battleships or 16-inch gun battleships, like on the Mutsu and on the West Virginia. So you got to watch out. You know, you gotta be positioning correctly. You can't just be rolling around all willy-nilly, because if you do that, you're gonna get freaking burnt down. You're gonna get torped, and you're not gonna have a good time. Remember, you're not a fast battleship. You have to really think ahead in the American standard battleships. If you aren't thinking ahead, well, shit. Yeah, it's not going to pan out very well. Noticing that we're already turning the other side of the map, and that's just because we want to start early. We want to get out, we want to basically start turning away ahead of time, because remember, we're very slow. We're not even making 20 knots right now. So if we can quickly turn around and get our ship going in the direction we need to go, that's going to help us in the long run. And now, speaking of long run, we've got pretty long range on these guns, around 17 kilometers, of course, with the commander build that I have on here. For those who are wondering, I am running the good old classic free, okay? Keep in mind, it's a free commander. I'm running William Sims, okay? You guys can pick him up out of any, really, of the commander crates. You just got to get lucky. Or you guys can pick him up in the store for 900,000 commander XP. But he is the dispersion build I'm running. I'm running gyrating drill bits, marksmanship, reaching out XXL, and of course, yeah, all the stuff. Anything that gives me an extra punch, anything that gives me extra accuracy or dispersion, I run it. And for the legendary modification, or for the legendary skill rather, I am running Will to Rebuild. Because Will to Rebuild, it's broken, we all know it, so I might as well use it because everybody else is, with a brain is using it at the moment. And for the inspirations, I believe I am running Andrew Cunningham for the extra accuracy, and I believe I am running, what's the German battleship guy? Otto Ciliax for the extra armor-piercing damage. So my guns just whop, man. They just whop people around. And yeah, they do a lot of damage when they actually hit where they need to. Now, Konigsberg's basically on no HP. This should be able to take him out. And psych, Dr. Ghost Games, no. you ain't going to take him out. Why would you take him out? That would make too much sense. We're wargaming. We don't like sense. It's a joke, of course. But yeah, unfortunately, we are not able to take him out because our shells are just like, yeah, we're going to do our own thing. And that's what kind of happened there, unfortunately. Not much we can really do about that. Now, Arizona, flat broadside at 14.6 kilometers. We shoot all 12 of our all 12 of our 14-inch guns out there, and those look pretty decent. The first few land a little high, but the rest land pretty decently, and we hit them for about 10,000 damage. We get a few penetrations and over-penetrations, and just like that, we're up to 98,000 damage with a high caliber. Man, these guns, they are actually doing things, and I think it's safe to say that the New Mexico, despite a lot of people probably forgetting about this thing's still up there, man. It still can do it can still hold its own, really, and it can still do things, I think. Now, we just shot at the Farragut. He did smoke up, and we actually did manage to hit him 4 times, and just like that, he is gone. Queen Elizabeth does also get a shot off, and she takes him down, and this is so far looking like a winnable game here. We've got 2 caps. The enemy has 2 caps, but the difference is we are nearly 300, almost 400 points ahead, because we have killed more ships, and our team thus far has done pretty damn decent. And yeah, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a win. Gotta love it. Now, Bayern flat broadside at 12.5 kilometers. We take a shot over the mountain through the woods, and that's really bad dispersion, not gonna lie, but that's sometimes what you get in any battleship, and it's unfortunate when it happens, but we still get decent results. We get a pen, we get a couple over pens. At least we hit the guy, right? Anyway, we're going to wait for our 32-second reload, I think it is. It's pretty abysmal, but once we get these guns reloaded, we're going to be able to hopefully smack him again. And a lot of these guys down at these lower tiers, tier 5s, tier 4s, tier 3s, even some higher tiers, I mean, shit, there's a lot of potatoes out there, but especially at these lower tiers, there's a lot of people trying to figure out their boats and putting French camos on their boats like that Bayern's doing. And yeah, well, we smack him for goodness who knows how much damage, almost 20-something K. Yeah, he's not having a fun time at all. And just like that, we got our Confederate medal with our high caliber, of course. And yeah, we're doing just astounding. We're just smacking people, and it's glorious, man, when battleships work. What else can I say? But we're going to be able to get another 12 14-inch guns off here. We got our guns reloaded, and that should hopefully take care of the Bayern. And oh, we leave him on nothing, and he gets yoinked. Mercy rolled again. That's like the 3rd kill we should have had, but it's okay. It's okay. It's still a very good match so far, up to 137,000 damage, but we are not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. We still got an Arizona right out there, sitting flat broadside. I don't think he understands basic armor angling, and yeah, he's going to get punished for it. So we're going to get these guns off. Once again, they are reloaded. I'm going to aim a little far back because it looks like he's about to reverse, but we're at like 9 kilometers, so that should be okay. And once again, pretty bad vertical dispersion. Not much we can really do about that, but we still get 6 penetrations, and just like that, we're up to 149,000 damage. And Arizona's just like, yeah, I'm going to spam HE at this guy. Not sure what his strategy is. It's a bold strategy, to say the least, but it's not going to work out for him in the end here. And we're going to be able to just keep on getting these guns off and absolutely smacking him around like it's out of frickin' style. Now, right before he comes around the island, I'm going to get these shots off. And once again, another big ol' frickin' salvo of armor piercing. And yeah, we smack him for 12,000 damage. And just like that, we brought our damage from 149 up to 161k. And yeah, yep, this thing, man, this thing is just smacking people today. And yeah, nonetheless, guys, we are closing in on the end of this video. All we have to do is just kill this Arizona, and that is going to be about it. If you guys have stuck in the full 10 minutes, please be sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy it so far, and make sure to go down in the comments, tell me what you guys thought of this one. Have you guys tried the New Mexico yet? I mean, I'm actually looking forward to what you guys have to say about this thing, and if you still have it, take it out. Seriously, try it. It's kind of fun. Well, kind of fun, I say that. You still need to know how to play American Standard battleships, but if you do and you want to take this thing out and you just forgot about it, take it out. It's a good time, at least when I took it out. But yeah, just like that, Arizona is down, and that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the end of today's video. I hope you all did enjoy it, and I hope you all have a good weekend. Just like that, we are top of the leaderboard with nearly 3K base XP. It's safe to say we carried that team for sure in terms of smacking people around. But yeah, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you guys next time on update day, most likely. And nonetheless, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy, as always.